everyone. Good evening and welcome to this session tonight. So, I hope all of you are keeping healthy and staying safe in this summer, right? The summer is getting very cruel this year, right? Yes. So, as I have told you all in the last session on Friday, that from this week we will start our revision of Indian literature as well. Right, so today we are all set to start our revision of Indian literature for the upcoming NET exam in June. You all know that this time you will be having your NET exam on 25th of June. The date is already out. So it's high time that you start giving your best and prepare really, really well. All right, because the date is out and it's just a matter of a few days now till you face your exam, right? With that in mind, let's get started with our session tonight. Let me start by sharing my screen with you all. And today I have for you some exact exam style questions from Indian literature. Yes. So today we will be practicing some exact exam style, that is NET JRF style and NET JRF level questions from Indian literature. All right, clear? Very good. So, welcome again to our NTA NET revision session 9. And in this session tonight, we will revise Indian literature. Clear? Very good. So please like the session, everyone. And now let's get started. Yes? Very good. So here is the first question for tonight. Yes. Good evening. Good evening. The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny is a 2025 novel by Dash, with the narrative taking place mostly between 1996 and 2002. This novel tells the story of Sonia and Sunny, both Indians, one a student in Vermont and the other a recent graduate from Columbia planning to immigrate to the US, whose families are long acquainted before they first encountered one another on a train in India. And this meeting leads to an extended romance between the two young characters through the tram and churn of the post-colonial world. So who wrote this novel? The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny. Correct. It's a novel by Kiran Desai. It's a novel by Kiran Desai. Yes, the daughter of Anita Desai. Tell me which are the other important novels by Kiran Desai? Tell me, which are the other important novels by Kiran Desai? The Inheritance of Loss, The Halla Ballu of the Guava Orchard, and now The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny, another major novel by Kiran Desai, the daughter of Anita Desai. Right? Very good. Very good. Next. Samaskara, A Rite for a Dead Man, is a profound Kannada novel by Dash that explores the hypocrisy of the caste system and the crisis of religious orthodoxy. It centers on a Brahmin village paralyzed by the death of Naranappa, a heretic, as his rotting corpse forces the community into spiritual and moral chaos. So who wrote this novel, Samaskara, A Rite for a Dead Man? Yes, it is by U.R. Anantamurthy. U.R. Anantamurthy. And now tell me, this novel was translated into English by whom? Who translated this novel into English? It was A.K. Ramanujan. A.K. Ramanujan, the famous Indian poet, right? Yes. Next question for you guys. Ooh, it's a big question, but it's of net Jaref style. Which of the following statements are correct about Raja Rao? I'm very sure if you have studied Indian literature well, you have also studied really well about Raja Rao, the major Indian novelist. So here you have 5 statements about Raja Rao, and you have to pick up the correct ones. In the foreword to Kanthapura 1938, Raja Rao argues that the Indian writer must develop a dialect of English that captures the tempo of Indian life. Is that right? Did Raja Rao discuss this in the foreword to his debut novel Kanthapura, published in 1938? Yes, that's correct. Then The Serpent and the Rope, The Cat and Shakespeare, The Cow of the Barricades, Sahitya Academy Award. Which are correct statements here? Tell me. In the meantime, let me have some water. Yes, the correct answer would be A, B, D. So the first statement is correct, then the second statement is also correct. The Serpent and the Rope, published in 1960, it's a semi-autobiographical novel which explores the philosophical conflict between Advaita Vedanta and Western thought through the marriage of Ramaswamy and Madeline. Yes. Then C is wrong, but D is correct. That the short story collection, The Cow of the Barricades, it utilizes the myth and folklore to depict the Indian independence movement as a spiritual struggle. So A, B, D. These 3 are correct about Raja Rao. All right. Next. Regarding Gopal Guru's discourse on the cracked mirror and the epistemology of Dalit experience, which of the following statements does not accurately represent his critique of traditional Indian aesthetics and social theory? If you are well aware about Dalit literature and Dalit critical texts, Gopal Guru, Sharan Kumar Limbale, these are very well-known names for you, right? So this is a question from Gopal Guru's The Cracked Mirror. So which one is not correct about this work of Gopal Guru? Tell me. Please read the question carefully, then answer. All right. Be very careful. Does it talk about the lived experience of humiliation that serves as a primary epistemological site for the construction of Dalit aesthetics? Yes. In Dalit aesthetics, humiliation, shame, it does work as a primary epistemological site for the construction of Dalit aesthetics. That's correct. Yes, C would be the answer. C is not correct about this work. Dalit aesthetics must eventually transcend the particularity of caste experience to align with the universal standards of classical Brahminical beauty. Never. Dalit aesthetics would never promote Brahminical standards of beauty, never. Right. So in this work, The Cracked Mirror, Gopal Guru argues that Dalit aesthetics, it's a rejection of the universalist claims. Dalit aesthetics, it rejects the universalist claims of classical Brahminical standards. And instead, he argues that Dalit aesthetics is rooted in the specific historical reality of oppression and humiliation. Suggesting that it should align with Brahminical beauty contradicts with the core project of Dalit literary theory. Because Dalit aesthetics, it seeks to establish its own autonomous and counter hegemonic value system. It would never talk about alignment with Brahminical beauty standards, never, ever. So please understand these things carefully. Don't hurry because these are very important areas from where questions can come. So in Gopal Guru's The Cracked Mirror, humiliation serves as a primary epistemological site for the construction of Dalit aesthetics. Okay? And it will never talk about Brahminical beauty standards. Right? Okay. Now, here I have given you some authors, and you have to match them with their cultural or ethnic backgrounds. Here I have given you the names of some authors, and you have to match them with their cultural or ethnic backgrounds. Yunus D'Souza, Adil Jussawala, Mamang Dai, Robin Gangom. Robin Gangom. And here you have Meitei, Adi tribe, Goan Catholic, Parsi. So who belongs to which cultural or ethnic background? Very good. Very good. Yunus D'Souza is Goan Catholic. Adil Jussawala is Parsi. Mamang Dai, you all know Mamang Dai is from Arunachal Pradesh. So Mamang Dai would be Adi tribe, Arunachal Pradesh. And Robin Gangom is from the Meitei group of Manipur. All right, clear? Clear? Eunice D'Souza, she is a Goan Catholic. Adil Jussawala, Parsi. Mamang Dai from Adi tribe of Arunachal Pradesh. And Robin Gangom is from Meitei group or community of Manipur. Trust me, such questions will be a game changer as a practice for your upcoming NET exam. So please revise well, take this question seriously. All right. Okay. Next. Here I have given you some novels. And on the other hand, you have the themes. So you have to match the novels with their themes. You have to match the novels with their themes. Untouchable, Kanthapura, The Shadow Lines, and lastly, Where Shall We Go This Summer? You have to match these novels with their themes. Untouchable. It would go with B. It's a one-day narrative exposing the visceral psychological trauma of a social outcast, Bakha. Kanthapura. The collision of Gandhian ideology with traditional rural life told through a Puranic style. 2C. The shadow lines of Amitav Ghosh. It would be D. An exploration of illusory nature of national borders through memory and shared history. And lastly, 4 would go with A. Where Shall We Go This Summer by Desai? It talks about the existential conflict of a middle-aged woman fleeing urban violence for an island. Clear? Clear? Yes. So, Anita Desai's Where Shall We Go This Summer? It follows Sita's psychological retreat to the island of Manori to escape the prose of adult life. Mulk Raj Anand's debut novel, Untouchable, It's a landmark protest novel that follows a single day in the life of Bakha. Raja Rao's Kanthapura, published in 1938, is famous for its Sthala Purana narrative style, depicting how Gandhi's struggle for independence reaches a remote village. And lastly, Amitav Ghosh's The Shadow Lines uses memory to challenge the reality of political maps and national identities. So A4, B1, C2, D3. Correct. Yes. Shahanaz, Rikta, Gitika, you guys are correct. A4, B1, C2, D3. Okay, next question. So before we move on to the next question, let me tell you that if any of you who is preparing for the upcoming December net exam, and if you want to join our online net course, it's the perfect time, right? It's the perfect time to join our Vallabh UGC Net English Premium online course that will start from 10th of July. And here in this course, we will offer you sessions both in the morning and in the evening. Paper 1 and paper 2 classes will be there, and the classes will be conducted through live Zoom lectures and revisions. And now the early bird offer is going on. If you purchase the course right now, you will get it at a discounted price of 24,000 and with lifetime access. And along with this course, you will also get our 24 encyclopedias and also the PDF notes. And obviously, topic-wise quizzes will be there, model tests will be there for intensive practice. All right, great. Next question. Which poet's seminal work employs a secular and fragmented modernist lens to depict a journey to the temple town of Maharashtra, stripping the pilgrimage of its traditional piety while focusing on its gritty material reality? So this question is talking about a very important poet and his very important work. So which poet's seminal poetry collection employs a secular and fragmented modernist lens? It's a work of Indian modernism, and it depicts a journey to the temple town of Maharashtra, but strips the pilgrimage of its traditional piety and instead focuses on its gritty material realities. It does talk about Arun Kolatkar's poetry collection, Jejuri. It does talk about Arun Kolatkar's poetry collection, Jejuri. Jejuri. Please remember, Arun Kolatkar is a major Indian modernist poet, and Jejuri is a major collection of Indian modernism. It captures the essence and elements of Indian modernism really well. Okay? Yes, yes, it's Jejuri. Jejuri, correct. Yes, 1976 publication, that's correct. It also got the Commonwealth Writers' Prize. Jejuri also got the Commonwealth Writers' Prize. Very good, yes. So let me remind you, and also let's revise with you, that Eunice D'Souza, what cultural background does she belong to? Eunice D'Souza is a prominent voice in Indian English poetry, and her work frequently engages with her Goan Catholic upbringing and the social structures of that community. So Eunice D'Souza is a Goan Catholic. Adil Jussawala is a key figure of the Bombay School of Poets, and he belongs to the Parsi community. Adil Jussawala belongs to Bombay School of Poets, and he was a Parsi. Then Mamang Dai is a poet from Arunachal Pradesh, and her writing is deeply rooted in the mythology and culture of the Adi tribe of Arunachal Pradesh. That's about Mamang Dai. And lastly, we have Robin Gangom, a significant contemporary poet from the Northeast, and he writes primarily from the perspective of the Meitei identity in Manipur. I think it's a very important area, so be very careful. And lastly, we talked about Arun Kolatkar's Commonwealth Prize winning poetry collection, Jejuri. Okay, Arun Kolatkar's Commonwealth Writers Prize winning Jejuri. Yes. Now we have a question of chronology. Arrange the following novels in chronological order as per their English, as per their years of publication. So now we have a question of chronology. Cry the Peacock, The Shadow Lines, The God of Small Things, A Suitable Boy, Midnight's Children. When were these works published? Cry the Peacock by Anita Desai. Cry the Peacock by Anita Desai. It was published in 1963. 1963. Then The Shadow Lines by Amitav Ghosh. The Shadow Lines by Amitav Ghosh. That was published in, yes, 1988. 1988. Right. Then The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. It was published in which year? 1997. 1997. A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth. A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth was published in 1993. 1993. 1993. And lastly, Midnight's Children by Salman Rushdie. Midnight's Children by Salman Rushdie was published in, correct, 1981. 1981. Very good. Very good. So the order will be like this. A, E, B, D, C. A, E, B, D, C. That's correct. A, E, B, D, C. All right. Okay. Again, arrange the following milestones in history of English and language policy in India in the chronological order. Tell me the year of Wood's dispatch. Tell me the year of Wood's dispatch. Wood's dispatch. Wood's dispatch happened in 1854. 1854. Then what's the year of Sergeant Report? The Sergeant Report happened in, the Sergeant Report happened in which year? 1944. 1944. 1944. Then the Official Languages Act. The Official Languages Act came in 1963. 1963. Then the Raleigh Commission. The Raleigh Commission came in which year? The Raleigh Commission came in 1902. 1902. Okay, and lastly, the Hartog Committee report. The Hartog Committee report. It came in which year? 1929. 1929. Right? So this would be the correct order. A, D, E, B, C. A, D, E, B, C. Okay? So please remember, okay, that this chronology will be very, very important. This chronology will be very, very important. All right. And last question for you. Who described Swami Vivekananda as the maker of modern India? Who described Swami Vivekananda as the maker of modern India? It was Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. It was Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. And let me give you all a reminder that if you want to prepare for December NET, you can join our Vallat UGC NET English Premium online course. The classes will start from 10th of July. And do like the session today. I hope you all liked the session and enjoyed answering these questions. It is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose who called Swami Vivekananda the maker of modern India. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. All right. It was Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose who called Swami Vivekananda the maker of modern India. All right. Great. So I hope you guys loved the session and enjoyed answering these questions. Do like the session as well if you liked answering the questions. And I will see you all again tomorrow at 9:30. Okay. Great.